What's up, bro?
What's up, everybody?
Time for part 2 of this child support quest. Got a couple things to discuss on today.
Yeah.
Just sitting back thinking about, the first episode of child support. We had a lot to talk about. Got pretty heated, don't you think?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Hey, listen, it's definitely going to draw some listeners. It's going to bring some ears, some mouths, all of that stuff.
Oh, it's going to bring more mouths than ears.
I don't know. Because think about it. You got a lot of guys.
True.
We do. You got a lot of guys that's like, what? You jokers going through that too? What?
Just look at the social media itself is explains.
What they call them on Instagram? Baby mama terrorists?
No, it's called he calls it
baby mama terrorists.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's baby mama terrorists. But he say something else. The title of his Instagram is totally different than the baby mama terrorist part.
It's
very explicit.
It's out there to say nothing.
Very explicit.
But nevertheless, before we delve into this, man, how was you guys' week, man? How was your week going?
My week was good. I got a couple moving parts in my life right now, so I'm just trying to.
Such as. Come on, tell the people what you got big going on.
Hey man, just trying to finish these last steps to close on this house, man. We close,
yes, sir.
We close tomorrow. We close tomorrow morning, so we just wrapping up. This is my last time in this area I'll be recording, but this is a big step for me and my family, for my family and our legacy. This is a big step. So I just want to continue to grow from it, and listen, I can say it's big. Some people might not, but for anybody who know my life or know my story, bro, anybody can do it. You can get there, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all got it. If I did it, anybody can. And that's real. It's real.
Yeah, man.
That's cool, man.
Congratulations. Congratulations, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
So we are without a doubt proud of you, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I appreciate that.
I've watched Marlon make these type of moves for years, and when I was going through the same process, it was liberating, and now to see you go through the same process, man, just even though it comes with a level of responsibility and some stress depending on the situation, I can't think of a better stress to have than to say, yo, I'm finna close on my career. You know what I mean? Right. So,
and y'all know, like, I've been real mood about it. Like, I ain't said outside of my circle, like y'all know what's going on. But a lot of other people don't know. So it's like,
and that's cool. It's always you can't always let your right hand know what your left hand doing.
That's real.
Because there's a lot of haters, and they try to keep you and deter you from doing what you have for your own life. So kudos to you, pimp.
I appreciate it, brother. I do. I truly do. So how about you, Marlon? What your week been like, brother?
My week was rough. Coming back from that little vacation and then going back to reality.
Vacation.
Yeah.
I know.
But it was
sleepcation.
Yeah, I definitely got a couple naps in when I was out there. But for sure, coming back to work, man, listen.
I know that was not the move,
man.
Right?
Listen, that was not the move. I was not ready Monday morning. I was late.
I know it, bro.
I was late. I ain't gonna even lie. I was late. Alarm went off late. I got up late. So, but nonetheless, it's. Hey, I got a job.
That's a blessing right there.
Everybody don't have one, so
that's a blessing. And in these times, even more so.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yes.
Remember we used to say that as jits? When somebody say something, you tap on the shoulder, be like, man. That. Right? Now it went from man to facts. Bro.
Right, facts, right. Yeah. I get so tired of some of these things they come talking about. I just look at people like, stop.
Oh man.
We don't need no more sayings.
Yeah. Talk to your kids. Talk to your kids. You'll hear them. I get hit with them, and my son hit me with one. I was crying loud. I was like, what? Never heard that. But nonetheless, back on track. Jink, how about you, bro? How was your week? What was you dealing with this week?
So my week was relatively interesting, to be honest with you. I wound up realistically, and I think and y'all excuse me, I gotta plug in my laptop because my wife and my son don't know how to you know what, I ain't gonna even blame them. It's on me. I was supposed to have it plugged in. So I don't want no trouble.
No trouble.
I don't want no trouble. Nevertheless, my week was relatively interesting, to say none the least. I wound up at the end of the day catching a cold throughout the weekend, and I think it was when we were helping Heaven with her car, and it got kind of chilly outside, like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like it got chilly, and no, you good, bro. And I because we were so determined to get her car squared away for whatever the little issue that she had going on, I didn't take my behind back in to get a jacket or nothing and put it on. And everybody who know me and y'all know me, I'm quick. I'm from Chicago. This ain't nothing.
You ain't been here in a while.
Yeah, well, it's been a while, especially in the wintertime.
Right. I can do that. You can't.
Man, listen. Well, that thing snatched a hold of your boy, and I was out for the count for a little minute, but I had to take a couple COVID tests. They did come back negative. You feel me?
That's a blessing.
Because without a doubt, that's a blessing. But I wear my mask, when I'm supposed to wear it, so I wasn't worried about that. But nevertheless, it did give me some time off, to spend with my wife and with my children, and catch up with my peoples and with my homies and have conversations with my loved ones and things of that nature. So it did give me a reprieve from the everyday hustle and bustle, and so I'm good. I'm ready to get this content going and get the people what they need, get some things off our chest.
Part 2. Part 2.
So, MC, man, take us to the bridge, my brother.
Well, to the bridge, 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Yeah.
I guess the next part, that we can touch on is, as far as child support would be, like alimony or percentage.
Woo.
Percentage. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
They say it's 20% of your earnings or whatever the case is.
Gross, right? It's gross, not net, right? I think it's gross.
I think it's gross.
Okay.
But I think it should be on a case-to-case basis.
It should be.
I don't think it should be gross. I think it should just be like a set amount.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then if the child has gone, it has to do like before and after care, then the father should pay half of that. I think each parent should take on a load. It shouldn't be one-sided. Now, as far as the percentage
Absolutely.
goes, if it's 20%, let's just be honest. Most of your rich guys, their 20% is totally different from my 20%. Okay, and
eons of
and
a
I
difference.
remember in the article I was reading with Nas, his baby mom, she was getting paid I don't know how many millions during the course of the time, and now she broke.
We talk about Carmen, the one that Jigga and AI
I
smashed.
don't know about all that. I'm talking about Nas.
Oh, I mean,
I know.
Who-
Khalees hit.
I don't know nothing about all that. All I know is
he got a baby. He got a baby by
I think
Khalees.
so.
yes. I don't think it's Khalees though.
Is it
It may
Carmen?
be her. Whoever. Yeah, it may be her, but it's not Khalees.
That's the one. That's the one AI and Jigga
That's
ran off
fine.
in.
However, she wasn't a good steward of that percentage.
Right.
And that's my
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
That I don't feel, and I think the article says something about should he take care of her or help take care of her because, excuse me, now the child support is run out and she has to live, in a small apartment or this or that. And I'm just like, you had 10 to 15 years to save however much money
Yeah.
to look towards
Yeah.
your future. Why is
Yeah.
this guy
Yeah.
obligated to take care of you after the fact? He's done his time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate to say that, but society has put it in our minds now that, especially when we have to pay child support, it's like doing time in jail.
It's
Yeah,
monetary jail.
because if you
It's
don't pay,
monetary
you
jail.
do what? You go to jail, you lose your
Lose your head.
license,
Or they suspend your
and all that
license.
stuff is
Yeah.
if I can't go to work and I can't drive to work, how do you want me to pay?
Yeah.
And they're not thinking about that.
That's a sticky situation, bro. But they
Man,
they
listen.
can't.
But as far as the percentages is concerned, it's just wrong to say a guy like LeBron James, who's making what 150 million dollars for what he made 3 years, to say he would have to pay 20% a month would be ridiculous. No child is spending that kind of money to for anything as far as clothes. Even if you added it up, I had a conversation with a young lady, a little while ago, and she tried to explain to me.
Do tell.
She tried to explain to me as if it's okay, and she came up with all this extravagant, high numbers on as far as the kid going to school, the electric bill, and this and that. But you chose this house. If you can't afford that house, don't depend on child support to pay for it for you. And
Is it child support and alimony, or are we just right now? We strictly
we
talking
talking
about
child support right now.
Okay.
So Gator. So just to kind of give you an idea of how this scenario works, because I'm gonna just be honest with you, bro. You're in a blessed, privileged position to not have to go through
Yes.
this. You know what I mean? Because it's an animal, bro. It's an animal every day of the week, every week of the year, it's an animal. Nevertheless, you have some women, a lot of women, whatever the case may be, however you want to word it. You have a lot of women who take that child support money and they factor that into their budget. It's now a part of their budget on a regular basis. So when they go through their weekly or monthly or bi-weekly, annual, it doesn't matter. When they go through their budget, that child support that you're getting, that they're receiving from their it's allocated in that budget. So my thing is,
and it shouldn't be.
It should not be, but it is. Let's just call it what it is. Nevertheless, if you, let's just say, if the marriage failed, the relationship failed, whatever the case may be, right? You still gonna have an electric bill.
Yeah.
Without them kids. You're still gonna have rent or mortgage without them kids. You're still gonna have to pay water if it's a home. If you're owning your home, some places, some condos, the water may be factored into the rent. You still got to pay your car note. Still got to pay your insurance. Like, so some things that you're gonna have to pay anyway. Me personally, I don't feel like that should be, oh well, my child lives here or stays here, so because they're here majority of the time,
custodial parent.
And that's what you get. That's what you get all the time. I'm the custodial parent, and granted, now you got some queens out here. You got some queens out here making it happen. Hook a crook, making ducks pull trucks. Period. For their kids, like going without themselves for their kids. But you have women out here, and I can speak on this personally, who will be in a situation where they like, all right, it's too much for me. You take the kid, but you still want to collect child support.
Where they do that at?
That's a tough one.
Chicago. So hold on.
Go ahead.
You listen to me. You're a Jersey cat, right?
Yes, sir.
One of Jersey's finest.
Yes, sir. It's in my blood.
If you ever go to Chicago, be careful. And again, I'm speaking on my experience. I'm not, listen, I got a sister. Matter of fact, I have two sisters from Chicago. You know what I mean? I've never, not once, ever heard or have been privy to them acting in that manner. I had a mama and a grandmother who was from Chicago. And I'm talking about stand-up women. And man, maybe I'm biased because of the relationship that I have with them and who they are and what they meant to me. But on the same hand, and Marlon can, both of y'all can attest to it, because both of you had an opportunity to sit down with my Dukes and pick her brain and talk to her and develop your own relationship with her. My Dukes, like, all she want is for everybody to be straight.
Everybody be cool.
And if I was slacking, and let me be candid, I'm gonna tell you, like, there were times where I may have not made the best decision as a father. It is what it is. Like, you show me a perfect daddy, I'm gonna show you a regular father.
Hey.
Simple as that. You show me a perfect father, I'm gonna show you a regular father. There is no such thing.
Yeah.
Being a parent is all about growth. It's about development. It's about experience. But as far as this child support, like, child support is not to be used as a pawning or bargaining chip, or a mechanism to get back because the relationship failed, or because you salty about potentially maybe the other half moving on. Like, who does that? You mad because we didn't work out for a reason? And maybe it was us, maybe it was them. It doesn't matter. We didn't work out for a reason. Now, if I'm absent or if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, if I'm not taking care of my business, by all means, yes, monetarily, I need to be responsible for the decisions and the choices, not that I made, but that we made. You feel me? But it should not be a situation whereas it's like, well, you need to pay because we ain't together no more, and because we ain't together no more.
It kind of go with trying to have you got to be able to have some dialogue. Y'all got to be able to have some conversation. But usually when a relationship breaks down, dialogue breaks down. So now we not even
every day of the week.
We can't talk about it, even when we could. And then when we do start to talk about it, some party gets salty about it, and it becomes it evolves into something that it really shouldn't have to be because we not agreeing. Now we seen it. I seen it on TV and shit like that. But it's like, oh man, these people are actually moving like this. I've yet to see it in real life, but I've seen on TV where it's like, oh, they got the kids, they have good relationships, they go out to eat, they all of this, that, and the third. I've yet to see it. It may be true. I'm sure it's out there, but the more often than not, it's the other side of that. It's the other side of that.
Yeah.
So But to piggyback off of something that Marlon said earlier, when he said Nas's old girl bugging over the money, and this is just from what I know. And y'all know I'm in sports, and I'm I come in with it, and I know for a fact it's like just off the hand, D Wade baby mama.
Oh man,
standing out on the corner talking about D Wade won't pay for it, and I'm like,
it doesn't he have the kids though?
Yes.
So why is he obligated? See, there you go. Why am I obligated?
And that's the thing. Like she's like I seen her on Facebook or somebody had posted it or something like she got a sign up that said she got a sign up that say something like,
"Hey man, be who you are, bro. Be who you are."
I'm doing Wade's ex-wife, and like this is what I'm doing now. And it's like, you my ex-wife. You fumbled whatever happened. I know you ain't let me walk out the door and not give you nothing.
Right.
I know I ain't just walk out with my suitcase and my money and the kids, and you just sit back. Like, I don't understand that. So that I don't know. And then on the other side, I see chicks get kids and then like completely just go ham on the cat. Blake Griffin. I heard about him.
That's with another one.
His girls, women. I don't know, baby moms. I don't think they were married or nothing. But like I read the little breakdown of what she had for the money, and I know they live in Cali or LA or whatever. But it was ridiculous. Like she wanted like a crazy number. I don't want to give out the wrong number, but I think it was hundreds of thousands.
235,000
a month.
235,000
a month.
A month.
A month. Yeah.
Michael Strahan's baby mama wanted an increase in hers, and she was getting money from him and another ball player.
So like that's what I'm saying. When I see stuff percentage. Like that's a tough, and they sometimes they get it based off, you say, oh well, I live in Calabasas and
right.
my kids go to school and tuitions is this and this and that and that. And it's like you can't. Hey, what they say, the world's smallest violin, right. Bro, what is you doing? Like that to me, that's crazy. That they would get this. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. That's what I'm saying.
You weren't doing no calisthenics, no swimming, no bench pressing, none of that.
For a lot, bro, and to be gone. And I still got to do this.
Hey, but you know what? Some women probably feel like, yeah, I wasn't in the gym with you, but when it was time to stretch you out, did I stretch you out?
That's a given. That's what you're supposed to do.
You stretching me out if I'm broke.
Because look, and you just said something.
You put that price on it.
Hey, you just said something. Hey, how many men did they stretch out?
Pause for station identification. On Coming to America.
How many men did she cheat on that didn't have nothing that she was stretching out? But she got this one over here. Ring them up, check, running.
Yeah.
But you're going it's just for me. I don't like it. And I think each state needs to do an evaluation on on child support because some of it's just it's just crazy.
Like I said, as you get older, I mean, as every law needs to be checked, bro.
Oh yeah.
Stuff changes over time. What worked at one point in time, it does not work all the time. It's simple.
Yeah.
It is crazy, but that's how it is. I revert to sports a lot when I think of stuff. Rules from back in the 90s and in the 1900s, they don't apply now. It's stupid rules. Just you can't paint the ball a certain color as your jersey. Who's doing that? Take that rule out. You understand? It's outdated.
Yeah.
So the same thing. Every law needs to be addressed when it comes to the changing of times. Like every 10 years, laws or mandates or whatever, they need to be just skewed to see, hey, okay, so this is what's going on in the world. We gotta account for this. We have to account for that. Just in my opinion, I'm not saying I'm not no lawmaker.
That's true.
That's true. I'm tracking.
Because most of those people are what dead now anyway. They came up with those laws. Mm-hmm. Those people aren't even here to witness. You know, and I was speaking on as far as the election, not to get away from that, but we said we were talking about the laws. You know, most of those people back then, they don't have to. Their kids are grandparents now, so that stuff is not even relevant at this stage. They need to just take everybody, start over fresh, because those people are grandfathered in and they're bringing their kids in, and their rules that they have at home are the same rules that they're bringing to the same office, and nothing changes.
So here's my take on why I don't think they will start it over, because you still have guys, the generation before us, our generation, and the generation after us, that still do not desire to take care of their responsibility. So the moment in which you still have those guys who just do not desire that, what we call them, disreputable people.
That's what it said.
That's what they are, right?
Right.
A deadbeat is a disreputable person, right? Okay, so you still have those disreputable people, and you have some disreputable dudes.
No, without a doubt.
Like you do, you have some guys out here that's shooting the club up, and when it come time, when the baby needs shoes, they have nothing to show for. And it's not that they can't afford it, because you have these guys out here every other week they on Facebook posting got them pics from Jay's that's coming out, but your kids running around with a cough like he been smoking cigarettes for 20 years, nose running. You know what I'm saying? Like high waters on, but you posting pics talking
living
about
good, living life.
You know what I'm saying? Like so that is why.
And when I those are like that, I mean shot like you gotta get them.
Yes,
those are the ones you target with things like that.
Yeah, those are the guys that need to be on papers, because it's like, yo, you stunting out here. You got babies out here that need you, bro. And not necessarily need you on a monetary standpoint. Like they need you to be a role model in their life, first of all. Like and just it's clear as day. Like my three boys, Ryan, Makai, and Jaden. Like, do I get on their nerves? Yes, on purpose. On purpose, I get on your nerves, because in this day and age, you have to be twice as good just to be considered.
But they don't understand that.
Like they don't. But what they do understand is every time they look up, they like, man, Dad, G, every time I look up, you at work. Yeah, I am, because I got to take care of y'all. But guess what? That's my responsibility. I don't come home and complain about it. I don't go to nobody and say, man, I don't feel like. Now, sometimes I may wake up and I feel like not being an adult for that day.
I complain in the car wash.
But guess what? I still get up.
I feel you.
For real. But we still get up and we take it to the max every day, and we put our ass on the line daily, because it is our responsibility, because we do not desire to be a disreputable person.
But that's a circle back. Off of that.
Yes, bro, I'm standing on that, man. I'm standing on that.
No, you ain't wrong. but that circle back to what you just said. You just said the key word in all of that was responsibility, being a responsible person. Those are the key words.
Yes,
so
sir.
That's not just for that man or in that situation, that guy. It's also on the mothers. You got to be responsible as well. Like, I know this cat did stuff, but if he ain't showing up or doing what he got to do, the bus gonna roll with you or without you. You got to keep going because you can't sit here and, oh, well, I'm just gonna. I know.
It's me.
I know.
And that's what
that's just flowing. That's just flooding with kids because they know they gonna get 9, 10 kids.
They gonna get that break off. They gonna get that break off.
And $1,200 money in food.
And that was one thing I have respect for both parties, but the Republican Party for that, they need to. If I was president, that would be one of the first things that I would stop. And that, not child support, that they're getting broke off because you got 17 kids. You know the government is obligated to help take care of those kids. And that needs to stop. There needs to be some type of logistics put in place where you're going to school, getting your GED, you work part-time, you know.
You should have to work for that shit.
Yeah.
That'll take away some of the time you got to sit and lay on your...
Hey.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Hold on, my light came out, y'all.
Bro. Yeah. Bro, you didn't laugh your light off, bro?
I got bro light out. My bad. No, for real, bro. So back on track. I'm sorry, we went on a little tangent around, but to circle back and to get back. Wait for bro.
With the red light special.
Hey.
Got your red silk curtain going on back there. Hey, that's why you pay child support now. You look your little ambiance that you got going on back there.
And he was and the lights went out.
That ain't the child support devil. I was doing my silhouette.
In the dark room.
You a fool.
Man. But
that was the child support,
bro. Let me get real. All right. So circling back, what do y'all think? We already talked about changing the laws or something to be updated. What would you feel about the laws being or limitations on what you're spending or what you can spend with your child support money? I'm not telling you where to spend it. I'm just telling you what you can spend it on. Spending and your limits on spending. Like, I don't know the logistics of it, but you get a card now, right?
It's a debit card. It's a Visa debit card.
I mean, I don't know if this works, but hey, your child support card should not be able to pay for you to go see Dr. Miami. You shouldn't be able to go see Dr. Miami to get your ass done. Now,
hey man, I'm finna cash up you. I'm finna cash up your love offering,
hey, bro. Hey, listen, pay your little money. Now, if you want to use that card to pay the bills in the house, and then your check when you get paid, you want to go see Dr. Miami, then that's your business. You used your check, but the child support money should be for expenses that have to do with the child. I know how money gets moved around, and I understand that. I truly understand that, bro.
Yeah.
But take it from your money. I'm gonna take the child support check and pay for the bills, and then when I get paid next Thursday, I'll use that to go see. But not the child support money got here first, I'm gonna go see Dr. Miami today. I pay the bills next week with my money. No, because to me that just seems like, come on, bro.
Go, Jerome.
So you got why you
because
gotta like that?
Look, I'm tagging you. We WWE right now because I want next.
So
okay, so that's where we at. Spending and spending money.
So that's where we at.
Spending, yes.
So you have some women that receive child support that will get that money and they will use it, like you said, for what they want. That and the money that they make from whatever job they may go to or whatever their occupation is. They will use all of that money for what they want and then go beg and plead to somebody else for what they need and say, oh, well, my baby daddy, he ain't doing this and he ain't helping out and he ain't this. Like, no, like, come on, man. That's not the move. Because guess what? When we was laying down making this baby, whether it was me, whether it was Marlon, whether it was Gator, whether it was any other cat out here who has children by a woman, like, when it comes to child support, it's already a touchy subject because the cost of living alone is so expensive nowadays. Like there's nowhere where you can go where it's cheap to live. Like it's just not. So every dollar counts. It does. Like it is what it is. Nevertheless, you can't sit up and bash and say, oh, he don't do nothing here, no good, this, that, and the third, he a deadbeat. But wait a minute now. So you
disreputable
now,
person.
He a disreputable person, but you laid down and had a child with this reputable person. But I promise you, when your legs were spread open, was he disreputable then? Now help me understand. Was he disreputable then when we was? Was he disreputable then? Now, granted, again, the guys who don't do nothing, bro, nail them to the cross. Because guess what? We all have been, well, not Gator, because, Gator, hats off to you, bro.
Hey.
Well, both of y'all did it the right way. Both of y'all did it the right
Curry
way.
Pull up.
Yeah.
Steph Curry pull up game.
Yeah. But on the same hand, like Marlon is one of the most stand-up dudes that I know. Are you in a fair situation? Like, let's just call a spade a spade. No, you are not. No, you are not. Ben always been a stand-up father, right or wrong. But because you're dealing with a vagina and things that has transpired prior to us, from what did the research say? Child support started in what, 1975, right? So from
it was legit, I guess.
It was legit. It was mandated. It was mandated in 1970. So from 1975 to 2021, you mean to tell me that all fathers are just scums of the earth? We are just disreputable when you cannot procreate without the harvest that we carry?
The harvest. I like that.
I mean, help me understand. Now, granted, now you got some fathers out here that's doing it by themselves.
Yes.
It's hard for us to get government assistance, and we're doing it by ourselves.
Is it really? Real talk. Now that's a question I got for you. You told me to ask you a question. Now, is it really hard to get assistance?
Listen,
I've never tried, so I don't know.
I've tried. I'm just be honest with you. It was during a time when I wasn't the most responsible. It is what it is. I own my mess. But I had Layla, and I was down here, and I tried, and they like, no, bro. Get out there.
Not even a real explanation. Just like, nah, turn around and head that way.
Hey, listen. Go ahead, go back to scratch. Well, where's scratch? All the way over there. What?
He said, nah, you cool.
No, you straight. Y'all, you don't need it. Go out there and make it happen. And that's what we have to deal with, because of us being a man, you got to go out there, you got to make it happen. But because a woman in society's world, they don't have the same stigma that we have. They'll say, okay, well, you know what, she got this going on, she's got that going on, she bleed once a month, every other, you know what I'm saying, and they get the help that they need. And there are eons of women out here who need the help because you just made a bad decision. You made a poor choice in a guy that you chose. But my thing is, because a bad decision or because the relationship and or marriage has failed does not automatically, it's not a dollar sign once that relationship is over. Because 9 times out of 10, and I think my two co-hosts can attest to this, because I know good and damn well I can, that once the smoke clear and the dust settle, the same people that say that you are this disreputable person, do they try to come back and reconcile or no? I'll wait. Come on now. Come on. Can I get an amen? Can I get a witness?
Hey, listen. Got
you just go, yeah, I got right. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's such a deadbeat. You're a poor excuse for a man. You're a poor excuse for a father. But when you get an opportunity, you want to try to make it work again.
But you know what, man? I don't want to cut you off.
Let me give Marlon, you get the floor on the same thing, on the spending and the limits. We got Jinx up. We know where he at. He jumped on 95 on
Yeah, he did. He was right on the 80. He was coming down through the 80.
Hey man, listen, man. I was doing speed limit, though.
Nah, you wasn't speeding. You
I said the cruise.
You sped up a couple times. You did speed up a couple times.
Bro, I had to pass the car in front of me.
All right, I'm tracking, bro. I'm with you.
Merge to the left, pass, and get on back.
I'm picking up what you laying down, brother.
So you said it was what now, Darnell?
I said, oh,
a Duke. I'm sorry.
Whoa, hey.
Not that guy, Duke. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, thank you.
He has been calling you Marlon.
Right. It's all good though.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good, man.
So what we was talking about was the spending and the limits on what you can spend. So tell me where you would feel, or what you think about that.
Well, as Jerome, to piggyback off of what he said, a lot.
Are you not gonna call me Jink, bro?
I'm sorry, G.
Let's tell us everything.
Okay, let's be clear. I ain't used to calling you Jink. I ain't used to calling you Jink. But I call you Jink, junk, what? Whatever you want to do it. My bad. Here's a few dollars. So to piggyback off what Jink said, as far as what they use to, how funds are used. A lot of women don't want to. They want to say, you can't tell me how to use this money.
I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Because once it comes to me, I gotta take care of your kids.
It's mine.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But and I can only speak for myself.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna just be honest. I pay child support, and I've been in my kids' life since they've been born. My son was born in July 8th. I'm sorry. Let me get it together. July.
Catch it. Catch it.
July 8th, 2003. And my daughter was born 9/7/11. And I've been there for both of them. And I have taken care of them. And as a man, I don't feel if a man takes care of their kids, they should be on child support. You shouldn't be mandated to pay a stipend every month.
I agree.
And I'm just being honest. And I've expressed that to everybody. So it's not like I'm, saying something to be mean or anything. I just, any man, not even for me, any man that takes care of his kid, he shouldn't be mandated to pay child support. Plus, everything else that the kid has to do. So, during the course of the month, if I pay my child support, and let's just say it's $600, right? And then my son plays baseball. My son plays basketball. He's on the track team. My daughter's on. She's karate, and she wants to do gymnastics, or she wants to do this, or she wants to do that. That's got to be paid for too. So there's the stipend that was paid, and then here's all of these bills that need to be paid as well. And then
on top of your
bills. On top of my bills. Now let's not take it back away from we're in this pandemic, so there was no school. You got before and after care. If the kids are in school at that point,
which ain't cheap.
It's not cheap by far. It's a blessing for me because I was able to go pick my kids up, and my grandmother took care of mine for me. But when my daughter was in aftercare after school, I had to pay half of that. Daycare, I had to pay child support plus half the daycare, plus half of the extracurricular activities. Plus,
quick question.
I'm listening.
So with the daycare, does the other parent just bring you the thing and say, "Hey, yo, this is what I want to go to this daycare"?
Okay. Let him say that again.
Does the other parent just say, "Hey, I want to go to this daycare. It costs $300 a month, or whatever, or $400 a month"? Okay. What if you like, no, I think we can find one cheaper, and she like, no, I want this one.
Well, I mean, there's really no cheap daycare. Let's just be honest. All of them expensive. Yeah. So it's if it was one child and she said it was $600 a month, she lying. Yeah, she lying. That's a lie.
So to piggyback off of that, right? Another situation, and again, I have to thank God for the experiences that I go through, because it teaches me a lesson on multiple aspects, right?
That's a good way to put it.
So no, and that's just real talk. It does, and I've been a booger in certain situations. Like I have Marlon, you know me, Gator, you know me, Duke, you know me, MC, you know me. Like am I perfect? No, by no stretch of the imagination. But you two brothers, along with everybody else who's in my inner circle who knows me, y'all know my heart. Y'all know where I'm coming from, especially about my cubs. Whether I produce them or not. If I feed you, you belong to me. Period. Nevertheless, so I am in a court proceeding regarding child support. And I'm not gonna name any names, but I am gonna talk about the situation. So I was mandated to pay $195 weekly for daycare. So I'm paying this $195. My wife and myself, we are paying this $195. So getting ready to lead up to court, I go and I pull the records from the daycare, and I got like almost $800 worth of credit from the daycare.
Credit?
I'm like,
how do you get credit at the daycare?
Oh! Listen, I'm getting ready to. I'm about to land this plane in a second.
Put that 47 down. 747.
So yeah, Boeing 747. Right. So me and my wife, we looking over the paperwork, and I'm like, man, this ain't something ain't right. Something ain't adding up, because how do we have this credit And for my people who don't understand how it works, if you have a credit for daycare, that means you are overpaying. So we get to court, and the judge asks this woman, okay, so ma'am, are you receiving assistance? And so her initial response was, well, yes, but no. So, counsel is like, well, what do you mean? Like, you got to explain that. Right. Like, what do you mean, yes or no? Push come down to shove. She had qualified and received assistance from School Readiness, which is a government-funded program who pays half of the daycare. Now, mind you, my wife and I, we are paying $195, and the cost weekly had gone all the way down to $55.94.
So you was paying $200 a week, and the cost of it was $55 a week.
Talk to him.
A whole nother mortgage. Like, and no, like, and I'm serious on this, bro, because like it was, bro, it got me to the point, like, I broke down in front of my wife. Like it shredded me, because I'm like, yo, I know I'm not a monster of a dude. I know I'm not perfect, but I know I'm not a monster of a dude. Like, what is this? I'm paying $195, and all that's due is $56. If we rounded it off, $56.
Say a cool 60.
Cool 60. A cool 60.
Wow.
So so at that point, I'm that bad of a person. Damn the child. But because the relationship is no longer there, I'm that bad of a person, because we just can't be together, that now you regret or you neglect to inform that you are receiving assistance or whatever the case may be, but I'm still paying this money. And
see, that's where I was telling you before. I feel like it's a lot of men, and see, I would have snapped. And that would have been, can't nobody hold me at that point. That's why it's a lot of men. That's why it's a lot of men in jail, and that's why that's why they minds go sometimes, because we gotta hold everything in, and then when we snap, we wrong. But that kind of stuff right there, I would have had to pop that chicken head quick. I wouldn't have, and I would have snapped just that fast. And now I'm doing life. Bro.
Right. No. Well, first of all, you're gonna do a whole 21.
Well, I'm just saying. Look, after that 21, it's still gonna be
sit. You're gonna sit 20. You're gonna sit 21 before you see a judge. But one thing I have learned, and
yeah, okay.
I credit my wife on this, because y'all two know me, and y'all know are we going there? I'm about to tell you where to go, and I'm gonna give you the directions to how to get there. Like, everybody know my mouth and my attitude is reckless if you take me there. And so I began to start to slightly resent my wife, because she was like, no, you can't operate like that. And so I'm like, yo, man, whose side are you on? Like, you married me. What you mean I can't operate like that? And she put it in perspective. She said, babe, if you operate like that, would it be okay if somebody operate like that with me? Quickly brought me back to reality, because I don't play about that one.
But I'm confused.
First marriage, I'm gonna tell. Okay, so yes. Let me make it plain. So let's just say I exchange words, unpleasant words, with
said party,
one of my children.
Said party.
Said party. I like that. Thanks. I exchange words. I have disreputable dialect.
Deadbeat dialect for
I
y'all
have
don't know what we talking about.
I have disreputable dialect. And I use certain words or certain phrases that could be disrespectful or could be demeaning or whatever the case may be. And I have to look at that because somebody talked to my wife like that, like, you got to see me. If you talk to my loved ones like that, you got to see me. If you talk to one of my close friends like that, you got to see me. And so what my wife was trying to get me to understand, she was like, once you've done everything that you can do, like, all you got to do is just let it be what it's going to be. And at the end of the day, if that person, like my mother and my grandmother, like, one of their favorite phrases, and I couldn't stand this phrase growing up, but it resonates so much now because I find myself saying it to my kids. You may get by, but you never get away. I hated that message.
I get that.
I hated it growing up. But now I look at it and look at certain situations that I go through, especially with this child support, because like right now, as we speak, I am paying child support for a child that I have. A child that I have
wouldn't happen
in my home.
That wouldn't happen. I'd be in HR. Like
there are wages.
Cancel that.
There's nothing HR can do. There's nothing HR can do because it is court ordered. And so when I tried to be amicable, because that's what the some of these baby mamas, that's their favorite word. Let's be amicable. Let's be adults. Let's be mature. But when I tried to be amicable and an adult and mature about it and say, hey, what are we going to do about this child support? Like, are you going to send it back? Now, here's the kicker. Before, when this same situation had took place, the individual sent me the child support back. No questions asked. What is the difference now and then? I have a wife now. I didn't have a wife back then.
Called it. That's where I was with it. When
I have a wife now, and I didn't have a wife back then. But guess what? That same wife that I have allowed our son, and when I say our, I mean all three of ours, because the moment in which she said I do to me, she said I do to all my mess. And the moment in which I said I do to her, I said I do to all her mess. But don't get mad at her because she got chose. And don't get mad at her because she chose me or because it was ordained by God. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. And no, bro, like, and that's real talk. But because I'm just being honest, bro, that hurts, man. You're taking money away from my son that I can use, that can be used to help take care of him. But what do? I work more hours. I spend more time away from the home. I ask to be on call 2-3 weeks at a time to pick up more hours so that I can make sure that the extra mouth that I have to feed, which is my son biologically, my wife's son through marriage, so that I can make sure that he's being taken care of in the manner in which he needs to, and you are still collecting, and you don't have
you got to work double just to cover that spread. To cover that spread, you got to, because you still got to pay her. She getting that. She getting that out the gate. So you got to make more
out the gate. But before I even see mine,
you got to supplement that anyway.
But
because now you got another mouth in the house. So, and it's not.
But as men, yeah. But as men, what do? We suck it up. We put our boots to the ground, and we, as men. I ain't talking about no disreputable man right now. I'm talking about a reputable man. Now, again, am I perfect? No. Never have been, never will be.
That situation, it ain't got nothing to do with being perfect. It's just right. It's just right.
Yeah, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
It has nothing to do with you being as a human being or what you did in the past. It's got everything to do with this person not being right. But to go back to what you said before, you said your wife had to bring it so you could understand it better. If I'm still with it, the same situation. If your wife was doing that same situation,
she would not be my wife.
Look, he done talking.
If she was moving,
he done talking.
If she was moving like that, and I knew she was moving like that before we got married, I can't. No, Mom. I'd be a fool. I would be a fool to continue to try and build something with you, and that's how you moving. Because if you moving like that with him, you damn sure gonna move like that with me.
Right. I get you, but what I was saying, Reverend Jink, calm down, preacher.
That's my father. That is not me.
Stop it. That
is not me. He is Reverend Jenkins. I am not. I am Jerome D.
Well, you preaching right now, brother.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right.
That's what it is.
Recondele bobo sisaya.
Oh, hey, Shondo.
Okay, Shondo. Well, I wasn't even supposed to get in there with y'all because y'all be tripping. I ain't know nothing. I don't know none of this
stuff. Listen, but when you said that she said that to you, and you said, I mean, even if she wasn't moving, we know she's not moving in that manner. But if it was another situation where she was doing something that you didn't approve of, but you didn't know about, and John Doe is her baby daddy, and he snapped on her for it, do you go and say something to him, or do you find out what the situation is and discuss it with your wife first?
I definitely go to my wife first. Because she is my responsibility.
Right.
He's not.
Can't control the fool.
Now, once
can't control the fool, cuz. So if he gonna be a fool,
you can't control
let him be a fool. I can talk to you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get some straightening with my better half. And once we get some straightening, and again, I have to make sure that the dialogue that I'm having with my better half in that situation, I am firmly affirming to her, hey, I need you to be 100% candid with me. Because when I go clown, I need to make sure I'm clowning for the right reason. Now don't have me going to clown and I'm looking like a jerk because you omitted details or you embellished, and now I'm looking crazy, and now I got the backpedal like I'm a DB. No, it don't work like that.
I get you. I got you.
But there again, just to call it what it is, that's how my wife operates. She'll come to me. Okay, babe, what's going on with this? And both of y'all know me, and y'all know how. If there's a situation, and you ask me what happened, I'm gonna tell you everything. I'm gonna tell you what I did wrong.
Everybody don't do that.
I'm gonna tell you. Everybody don't do that. But I'm gonna tell you, like, nah, I dropped the ball. I was bogus. I'll be the first one to say, nah, I was out of line. But I did XYZ, and the reason why I did XYZ was because I was feeling, or I thought this, or I believed that. And I'm still wrong. And I still stand in if I made that mistake or was being wrong. Mm-hmm. But and again, my wife, she has come to me and said, all right, give it to me straight, no chaser. Don't have me looking like no fool. And so I do, and I tell her exactly what happened. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, all right. Now we can roll. We can roll because now I know what's going on.
Yeah. But everybody doesn't have that mindset. All women don't operate like that. There is, as they say, is levels to this. Women are in different categories depending on the level.
Yeah.
And where you grab them from.
And you pray that when you do make the decision to make a woman your wife, that you did your due diligence on her to know that you have a woman in the category of this, opposed to a woman that's like here, and then you find that out after you married, and by then it's in shambles. Everything's gone by then.
Yeah,
you know that my wife is a blessing to me for the person that she is, and the things that I don't have to deal with. So that speaks volumes in itself.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so how y'all feeling right now with our convo?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like going to the next section.
Will you ever quit?
No.
We want some more. We want some more.
We want some more. Hey.
Y'all in this Remember the Titans is killing me today.
Bro,
hey man.
Come on. Listen, I might leave here and go watch my. Hey, I might go. It's the last night in the spot, man. I might just go kick up and.
Listen, hey, we told the people in the premiere we are going to reference a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows.
Yeah.
So you can either do one thing. You can either look at this content and you can look stupid because you don't know what the hell we talking about, or you can broaden your horizons and go watch a movie or two and rock with us. Like it is what it is.
Hey, when they seen it, they just don't remember it. Broaden your horizons.
Broaden your horizons.
I'm with you though. I'm with you. We here. So in a lighter note, we've been rapping for a little while now. On a lighter note, I just got a little debate subject, or maybe thoughts on it. I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page with this, so it might not be much of a debate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we talking about marriages and whatnot, and child support, alimony.
We ain't talking on that yet.
Oh, we didn't talk. We didn't go to alimony.
Nah, we ain't talking about that yet.
So then let's go there, and then I'll bring out my subject for my little going out party.
Okay,
just
well,
I'll
start on the alimony for you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here we go. So I know a couple people that's paying alimony, and I feel even as the people in the elite level, that's millionaires and stuff like that, I feel alimony is a crutch for someone who just don't want to do something, and they're lazy. So me, if I was married for 15 years and my wife never worked, and now I have to give her a stipend because I decided to marry her and she had my kids. Now my kids are grown and I have to keep paying her for 10 years at $400 a week. That's ridiculous. That is the stupidest thing in the world. Like, what are we doing? Why? Because I'm a reputable guy and you're a disreputable person. I got to pay you for being
stupid. Come on, disreputable. Come on, man.
I got to pay you because you decided to do nothing with your life, and I worked by the sweat of my brow.
Come on now. Doctrine and theology. You better preach, sir.
But seriously, that's just something that I don't understand that.
So I don't have any background in alimony. I don't know a whole lot about it. I'm not sure if I want to know a whole lot.
What you know is you have to pay someone after you left them.
I mean, I know the bare minimum.
It's child support for the wife.
Right. Pretty much. Wife child support. Wife support. because now we ain't together. I got to support you. Really? McDonald's is down the street. Jules is around the corner. Dominic's, though it ain't no more Dominic's, but Walmart, do something. Go to school.
Peach Produce.
Peach Produce. Go to school.
Publix.
Hey, man,
Winn-Dixie.
Costco.
Supplement my life?
Huh?
They ain't finna supplement my life. You want me to dial back?
No. That's right.
You wasn't doing. You was dialed in anyway because you wasn't doing nothing.
No, but
I'm with you because I have to dial back when we leave. If I don't have the same lifestyle, my lifestyle dials back. It doesn't go up, especially if I know it's alimony involved or something. I gotta dial it back unless I get me another job and to make more money, then I can go up. But variable is I took another job to make more money, so I can go up.
It's crazy.
You feel me?
Man.
You can't just. But again, it's a situation that I'm not 100% sure on. I don't know. I've heard stories. I talked to a couple cats who are dealing with it or have dealt with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you in the beginning you hope you can be amicable, but as we've already talked about, when shit goes sour, everybody becomes a lawyer and their best friends are lawyers.
Oh man.
You know, you start hearing lingo and words that you ain't never heard you talk. What?
That's it. You know what? That's the funniest thing in the world when somebody is on the other line of the phone and they start coming up with something you know they heard from TV or somebody else say. You like, what are you?
What? Per legal counsel?
Right? What?
Who did you?
Oh yeah. Hey, what they say after that? Oh yeah, I was watching Lincoln Lawyer the other night.
Was you watch a couple episodes of Matlock?
Law and Order. Dude, I'd be like, are you kidding me? Really? Custodial what? Spell it. Give me the definition.
Yeah. But you know that. So you hear those words and you hear, and I'll be like, God, dog, bro, like this where we at? We loved each other at one point, and then we go straight here.
Or did we?
I mean, you're right. They don't know.
I mean, and I'm not. I ain't taking no shot, and I'm not throwing rocks. Living in a glass house either. But at what point, if you say you unconditionally love somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, unconditionally means that you love with no conditions. There's no
up or down.
Arterial motive. There's no up or down. The way God brought you to me, I'm rocking with you like that, right? If that's what it was, and because whatever transpired, and the relationship and or marriage has then taken a plummet. So now it's because I'm hurt or because I'm scorned, you got to feel this too. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I have a problem with that when the main thing that's always thrown out in those situations is let's be amicable. How come we can't be adults about this? How come we can't be adults about this? You know, for our female listeners, please comment and tell us exactly what you mean when you say you want to be amicable. Because I'm lost on what y'all definition in that situation. I'm lost on what y'all definition of amicable and reputable. I'm lost on what y'all feel that is. Is it because we're not doing what you asking us to do, or we're not moving to the beat of your drum? So at that point, are we not being amicable? Because being amicable means, and this may not be the most accurate, but you know, I got a pretty decent vocabulary, and I know to be amicable with somebody means to be able to come together to an agreement, to dumb it down or make it plain. It means to be able to debate within reason. So
you want it? You want it?
Amicable.
You want it?
Yeah.
Having a spirit of friendliness without serious disagreement.
Is that not what I just said?
I'm with you. You ain't got. That's what you got co-host for, bro. I got.
Yeah.
Now continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. So when we toss out this term amicable, it means to have a debate with and taking feelings and emotions out of it, and calling black and white. You got situations where, okay, so you paying child support. What about the situation when not only are you paying child support, but what happens when they don't want to let you see your child, but you still want us to pay child support? Even in a situation where
you got the child,
or vice versa, you got the child and still want child support, or you don't have the child and still want child support.
Tough.
Listen to all my youngins. If you don't have children, wait until you are married to start a family.
Yeah. Hey.
To all my young fellas out there, listen. I understand that thing good. I know it feels good. I got a slew of children to show for it.
Pull out like Jeff Gordon.
Or
oh my God, that one took a brush to the head, boy. Oh my God. All I seen was a race car going by.
my dog said pull out like Jeff Gordon.
Straight out the pit, boy. Straight out the pit.
Yes.
Straight out the pit. Smart, but on a serious note, I know that thing. It look good. It smell good. It feel good. All of the above. I get it. I understand it. Been there, done it. Got mad at it. Didn't want it no more at times.
And ladies, you too.
But I promise
ladies
you,
too. No, your race car driver that's pulling out. No. Don't just be letting anybody get on your racetrack. He running against walls and stuff. He dancing down,
Hey, what my dog doing? Oh my God. Okay.
Everybody.
Okay.
Oh man, y'all stupid, boy.
When we get to this, bro, you gotta be smart, bro. You gotta be smart.
You do. You gotta be smart.
But you know what? You have to be smart because at the end of the day, you got it's children involved. When you
and that's the most important part.
Children are involved, and if you're not putting them first, and I mean legitimately putting them first, you do everything is for naught. Everything you done did is for naught, bro. So understand what y'all doing. Everybody involved, because once things happen, things change. Know what's up, and that's me, right? I'm out. Y'all drive us home, baby.
My dog said once things happen, things change.
Look.
What?
Hey,
that's the benediction from the deacon right there.
I wanted to say something else, but I took my foot off the gas, cuz.
No. You should have led with touch your neighbor.
Hey, I was my hand coming on my shoulder like this. Mom?
Oh my God, y'all stupid.
Oh man. Hey man. But you know what? We it's by the grace of God that we're able to make light of the situation, because like real talk, it's a dude right now that we may not know, We may not understand. Well, we understand, but we may not. Well, we may not understand on his level that is going through the ringer right now and is contemplating doing something stupid because he like, yo, I don't know what to do. Like, why am I getting the short end of the stick on this? Like, what do I do? Well, brother, I tell you, first and foremost, you got to get you a team you got to get you a team that's on your team. You got to get some people behind you that can and will advocate and fight for you, but also make no mistake about it, you have got to handle your business.
Got to.
You've got to handle your business.
If
you have a child, yes, man. If you have a child or if you have children, take care of them. Like, damn, take care of them. Period. Take care of your responsibilities. Don't leave it to your mama. Don't leave it to your grandmama. Don't leave it to your daddy. Don't leave it to nobody else. Take care of your responsibility. Period.
And if you're taking care of your responsibility, you also got to be smart. Because there are some alligators and some pythons in the water.
And some crocodiles.
So you gotta know how to get your boat out the way. You gotta know how to strategically place things, put them in order, so that way when they come, it is what it is. That's all I got.
Yeah.
You gotta think. You gotta be smart.
And so for the young cat out there who's going through the situation, when you make purchases for your child, save your receipts. Document everything. Write it down. Take a picture. Like every phone nowadays has a camera on it. Take pictures. Put notes, whether it's Samsung notes, whether it's LG notes, whether it's Apple notes, whatever. Keep record of what you do and how you do it regarding your child or your children, because if you don't, to the court system and to the legal system when it comes to child support, you ain't did nothing. And I've had to learn that the hard way. So take my experience and take my lack of knowledge and lack of wisdom in that season of my life and use it to your advantage. Save every receipt, write stuff down, timestamp everything. And what we call it at my job, and I'm pretty sure they call it at y'all job too, UCYA. You cover your ass. Because if you don't, it's going to be grass. Period.
And if you're sending it through, your bank account, make sure you cite what it is. When I send mine, I say child support, FNG. Well, was it FNR? That's what it was. Yeah, for no reason. Yeah. Because that's what I'm paying it for no freaking reason.
Yep. But you got to document it.
It's almost over.
Because, come on. I ain't
going to shout right now. I'll shout when it happens.
But nevertheless, as we land this plane on.
Where we at? We in Tampa or we in Midway?
I mean, where you want to be, bro? Where we at? Vegas?
Tampa still, man.
Hey, keep it in 100 Airlines.
Right, there you go. Hey, I'm with it.
Keep it in 100 Airlines.
Listen, bro. You better speak that thing into existence, bro. You better speak that thing.
Look, I was so upset when I got to the airport last week and I had to throw away half my luggage because it was too big.
What?
I was like, I'm getting my own airline. I'm getting my own plane.
Bro. Yeah, man. They
spray. I was like, I wanted them to say you couldn't take the cologne. I was like, your mama ain't taking her cologne. If you think I'm going to leave my 80.
Yeah.
Oh man, listen, $80-$90 bottle of cologne. I got to leave at the airport. Yeah, okay.
Listen, speaking of cologne, I got a shout.
No, man, don't do that. Don't do that.
Listen, fellas. My dog has got a cologne brewing right now. I promise you.
Yeah.
On everything.
I'm waiting on my package, brother. Go ahead.
Listen to me. When I tell you this thing is a dropper, it's a dropper.
I'm gonna have to send you some, dude.
And
sure,
listen, he hadn't put a name on it, but boy, it's got some stink on you. It's got some stink.
I want to get some more today.
I'm telling you. Listen, that is tough. It's tough.
Working on that right now.
Man, listen, bro. Doing big things, man. Like, and again, we all about empowering one another. We all about uplifting not only just men, but black men, Spanish men, white men. Like, we don't care, man. Like, we don't discriminate. We're not racist.
We love everybody.
We love everybody. Even if you don't love us.
We love everybody, and we want everybody to love themselves. Love themselves.
And on that note,
we're going to let you take it out.
You must, and I mean you must keep it 100 with yourself, because it's easier to keep it 100 with everybody else. From your co-host Duke, MC, and Jink, we will catch y'all on the flip-flop next week.
Bring it in, baby. We landing.
Yes.
Y'all stay up.
Thank you for listening to Keeping It 100 podcast. To stay updated, make sure you go subscribe to all our platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. To support the show, visit our website at www.keepingit100podcast.com and become a Patreon today. Catch you next week.